Hey guys, I'm back with another video and oh my goodness, I have had such a time since I last did a little vlog. Okay, so as you guys know, on Wednesday I was day 33 of my cycle, which was totally unreassuring. I felt really flat. It wasn't just the fact that I knew I wasn't pregnant or, it was just the whole fact that I'm normally so in touch with my body and I know it like clockwork, and I was taking things for granted, I guess, which isn't great. And it was so bizarre. I've never been on day 33 of a cycle before. I look back on my diaries, and when I had my first period after breastfeeding my fourth baby, I was on my period, and then the second period I was 30 days. But I expected that because your first period comes after breastfeeding, whenever it comes. It might not come the whole of breastfeeding, but mine's sort of when I start easing off the demand feed. That's normally when my period creeps on. So when the baby's normally about 7-8 months old, and that's what happened with my fourth. And I came on and I wrote down when I came on, and then in my diary I looked and there was a 30-day gap, and then I went straight into 28 days, straight into 28 days, straight into 28 days, occasionally 29, and it's been like that, so on and so forth. So I was totally taking it for granted that I would come on my period last Saturday, as you remember. When it didn't appear, I thought it would be Sunday. When it didn't appear, I thought, bloomin' hell, this is typical. So I've got my little diary because I think I've got all muddled up with my dates and things, as in like the new moon. So the good news is, girls, I came on yesterday, 9:30 p.m, give or take a few minutes, and it was after not only a lot of worry about my period. I phoned the doctors yesterday, and at 9 o'clock they said they couldn't see me for 2 weeks because it's not urgent. They said, you've had a urine test, you've also had your test, all your blood tests and cholesterol tests back in May, and you seem healthy enough. It's probably due to stress or maybe coming off of breastfeeding, but we have got an appointment in 10 days time. So I was like, okay, I'll have it penciled in, but I may have to phone up and cancel if I come on my period. They were like, that's fine. They didn't see it as an urgent thing. I think they're sort of looking out for chest infections this time of year, pregnant people, elderly, lumps and bumps and things like that, which is totally fine. But to me, it was a massive worry because I'm just not late. I'm just not late unless I'm pregnant. So stress factor, I reckon, was to blame. So anyhow, when I looked on my diary, which I find, this has been like my little Bible. So as you know, I logged everything in September, and I came on the day 29 because I had all them sickness bugs and everything. So I came on in the early hours of the morning, as you remember. So I did do a pregnancy test again on Thursday because when Wednesday was day 33 and I hadn't come on, I worried. I did a cheapy strip the day before, as you remember, which was negative. And I'm really peed right off because I had another cheapy strip left and a first response, and you girls know how much those first responses are. Even when they're on offer, they're like £10 for 2. So I was a bit gutted, but I really wanted to rule out pregnancy because it started playing with my mind. I thought, was I having implantation bleed that day 29? Because I was very light. I only bled for 3 to 4 days, 2 days medium brown pinkish flow, and it wasn't a normal period. But do you remember I said it's probably because I haven't been eating and I haven't had much nutrients, so I didn't expect a very heavy normal period. It was literally 3 or 4 days. Didn't need many tampons, to be fair. I used tampons and then towards the end sanitary towels. I haven't yet used the Moon Cup. I have got one, but it's a bit. I haven't found that very easy, I've got to be honest. I'm all for change, and I use washable breast pads, cotton wool and water, as well as wipes, and I've done my fair share of washable nappies. I did them all with first, second, third baby, but fourth baby I did indulge in disposables and thought, oh my goodness, the soaking in tea tree oil and a bucket of water and the washing every 2 days, this was bliss for me. So I've done my fair share of being healthy to the environment, but I have got a little Moon Cup, not gotten too well with the first few tries. So anyhow, so I didn't need many tampons and things last period. So then I started thinking on day 33, 34, what if my pregnancy test isn't coming up? Perhaps it's different this time. Perhaps I am pregnant. Perhaps that was implantation bleed. So I did my first response test, which I got 2 for £10, and I kept it for you guys, ready for when I hopefully, fingers crossed, God willing, conceive in November, hopefully. But I used it yesterday because I was I couldn't sleep. I was upset. I kept speaking to Aaron, my husband, going, oh, I haven't come on. This has just really rained on the parade. I mean, seriously, the new moon's here. Everything's great for a girl. The gender sway calendar. And my husband was like, you are so stressed out. It's really taken the fun out of it all. He said, you just got to like relax, enjoy life, maybe have a little glass of bubbly, sit back, forget everything, forget that the eldest is having a tough time at school. Just try and let loose and it will happen, your period, and then we can go on. He was a bit more, he's so horizontally laid back, but I was really worried. I wasn't really worried about an illness because of the urine test that I had a couple of weeks ago that came back clear. I wasn't worried about, I'll be honest, I wasn't really worried about my health because my weight's spot on. I eat super healthy. I don't drink a lot. I don't smoke. I walk quite a bit, although I don't go to the gym. I walk a hell of a lot, plus going up and down the stairs millions of times a day. I think I have lots of exercise, and so my health is really good. So I wasn't actually thinking I'm really ill here, and I felt for lumps and bumps and everything, touch wood, seems fine. So it was just, when the hell am I going to come on? It was the not knowing that really took the security blanket beneath me, and I hated it. And it's a horrible feeling. And I looked online, what could it be? And people were saying sometimes they had negative blood tests, negative pregnancy tests, and they're pregnant. And it started all sorts of seeds of thought. And then I started looking up a light period, and it started saying it might be this, it might be that. And my mind went into overdrive. And I think on Wednesday when I did my vlog, I was like, have I ovulated twice? Is it because of the breastfeeding? I was so upset. But thank you guys for liking the video, and thank you for watching it. I didn't get a huge amount of comments, but perhaps you guys were in the unknown like I was. Anyhow, getting back to my diary, my little Bible. So as you know, I had to stop gender swaying anyway on the 8th of October. Well, we weren't trying in October anyway. It wouldn't have been no good anyway for me because I was on day 3 of my cycle. So we completely were going to skip October anyhow, and we did. We were cuddly and kissy, but we were knackered anyway. Aaron's been so hugely busy. He's a gas engineer, so as you can imagine, in the UK, it's boilers. He's literally going out the door at 7:30 in the morning, getting back at like 7 o'clock at night, maybe sometimes 6:30, making like time for the kids for a quick bedtime story. But I'm finding it quite domineering as a mum at the moment and a homemaker, and trying to get bits and pieces done for him because he's working so many long hours, so we weren't up for it anyhow. So I finished my period on Wednesday the 10th of October, which was the 5th day of my cycle. So I wasn't trying in October anyway, and the gender calendar said stop on the 8th of October. So I'm skipping through, and I had loads of busyness in October with Halloween, as you know. I had lots of coffee meetings, I had school things. Aaron and me had another bout of the tummy bug. So everything was crazy in October. And then, as you guys know, I was due on the 3rd. Well, actually, I was due on Friday the 2nd, which was my 28th day of the cycle, and 29 days, which would have been my latest day that I'm normally due, was Saturday when I had my friends round for a bonfire night, and it didn't come. And I've clearly written in here, no period. No period. Okay, and we had a really good night Saturday, so I forgot about it all. But when it didn't come Sunday, on my day 30, I was worried. And then I had a singing group with my little girl on Monday, and I met up with my midwife friend, and I was really, really concerned. And Monday I was going to phone the doctors, but I left it. Anyhow, Tuesday night I had reflexology, and she concentrated on my fallopian tubes and the uterus area, and it wasn't particularly painful. It was just peace of mind getting it done. And then anyhow, the new moon was Wednesday the 7th. That was when our new moon was, and we went to the theatre, my husband and I, we had an anniversary night, and it was so fun. We actually went out, I had a glass of bubbly, I tried to forget about everything, even though my head's going, 33 days, oh my God, I'm into the new moon. Right now, I should be the last day of my period. I should really be, this should be the lightest day of my period. Tomorrow should be, let's get on it for the baby. So I was really upset, if I'm being honest, but I tried to let loose and have a good night, and it was a good night. We still didn't indulge in any BDing because I just was not in the frame of mind. I was Googling things and worried, if I'm being honest. Thursday, when I just had lots of wet CM, very watery, nothing thick and clotty, I was just thinking, what the hell is going on? I've written here, look up on Google. So what I did was I looked up how to get on your period quickly, and there's this lady who does hacks of life, and she's really funny, and she said a vitamin C tablet, at least 100 milligrams a day. You can get it in a effervescent tablet from Boots, which is a chemist here, plopped in water, or you can get chewy wine gummy things that are 250, and you've got 250 milligrams. You can have 4 of those a day with a meal. And she said just intake Vit C, which isn't great when you're pregnant, but really good if you're trying to bring on a period, and a hot water bottle. So that is when on Thursday I thought, bloomin' hell, I'm going to do it. I had a hot water bottle on my tummy at night. I drank back 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C and kept my fingers crossed, because Thursday the 8th was the day on the gender calendar for me for G, for a girl. It says G, girl. So I was thinking this is when I would be optimum, ready to go. That with the Shettles theory, I'd be laughing, I think. But no period, day 34. What the hell am I going to do? I was panicking. Day 35, I phoned up my reflexologist, Jan, for an SOS appointment, and she booked me in for 12 o'clock. I couldn't get a babysitter. I had to take the baby with me. But she worked on my uterus lines, and I nearly jumped through the roof. Talk about the pain. She said, Ingrid, it's really grainy working on it. How is it for you? And I was in tears. It really hurt. And she said, that's a good sign. It tells me that your period is due. Honestly, I promise you, I reckon if it doesn't come in the next few hours, it will tonight. And then she worked all on the fallopian tubes, which were giving me grief as she was doing it. So what with that, I had my hot water bottle on my tummy. I couldn't sit down much on Friday because I was so busy, but I did have an hour where I sat and had a glass of vitamin C, hot water bottle on my tummy. So vitamin C and a hot water bottle brings your periods on. So if you've got a special date, or a special day where you don't want to be on your period, or you like me, TTCing, and you haven't come on, that's what it's meant to be. Really good. And I carried on taking my baby pregnant care, carried on with my baby diet and everything. And then finally at 9:30 last night, Friday the 9th, I came on. Get in there. It was only a pale pink sort of start, but by middle of the night, I looked and it was heavy. So I'm really heavy now. I just dropped my children off at a little party, a disco, and I thought, I've got to go. I need to change. So I have literally been so heavy today, it's the only time you'll hear me say this. I am so glad I'm heavy and on my period. End of. So it's Saturday the 10th of November today. All is good. Everything's brilliant. I am day 2 of my cycle. So yesterday I came on, which was day 1. Today's day 2. And I'm just going to quickly tell you now, without boring you girls, hopefully, fingers crossed, I should be off by Tuesday, Wednesday, which will be day 5 of my cycle, day 6. And that is when I'm going to start baby dancing, Wednesday. And I am really looking forward to it. I'm getting my nails done on Wednesday, so I'll be all glam. And yeah, everything's happening. So, but the only thing is, the new moon finishes, it is a full moon on the 23rd of November. Which will be day 15 of my cycle. And obviously, because I've had a late cycle, I'm not going to, if it's a late cycle again, my most fertile time is going to be like day 17, day 18. This is what's annoying. Whereas when I have a 29 day cycle, I know my most fertile time is day 13 to 15. So it's really risky, this baby gender swaying for me. And I'm desperate to fall pregnant November. And this is going against all grain. I'm going to stick with the diet, stick with the Shettles, and I'm going to stick with the Chinese baby calendar, which says I've got to stop TTCing if I want a boy. My last day for a girl is Thursday, the 6th of December. Well, I'm going to tell you now, girls, because there's a full moon on the 23rd of November, I'm going to do it one last time for a girl, and I'm going to stop trying on Wednesday, the 21st. Which is 13 of my cycle. Is it worth the risk, day 14, just in case I'm a 28-day cycle, going for it? Because if I try on a day 14, it's so close to a boy if I'm a 28-day cycle. It's on ovulation, and I ovulate between 13 and 15. Don't know what you think. I'm in my head thinking I'm going to stop TTCing on the 21st, which gives it a whole day clear of a new moon, because new moon to full moon is good for a girl, and a new moon is good for a girl. But full moon to new moon is a boy, and full moon for a boy. So the 23rd is a full moon. Look, I've put, can you see? Full moon. I've put an unhappy face, but not because I'd be unhappy to have a boy. I'd be delighted. However, I just need a girl in my heart because it'll be 3 of 3 and I can have the bedroom sorted even. And I've got a good girl's name. No, I'm just saying a girl would be fab, but I'm literally 60% wanting a girl, 40 a boy. I do not care. But if a boy's handed to me at the end, I will just be thankful. I've got a little baby in my arms and oh my God, I will be gushing. I swear to you, whatever I have. But gender swaying, I'm going to do it one last month, I think. So it means I'm going to baby dance with Aaron all next week as soon as I'm off, and I'm gonna do it literally every day until Wednesday the 21st, and then I'm going to stop, and then that'll give hopefully a whole day of it all, you know, getting to know, hi egg, hello egg, I want to fertilize you. Hopefully I'm going to be a 29 day cycle, and then I am just going to leave it for about 3 or 4 days, and I will start testing the week commencing the 26th, which is November. So that's my plan, and I hope I haven't bored you because this has been 15 minutes of me gabbling on, but the kids are on their way back from a disco. I've got lovely chicken in lime and ginger cooking in the oven, and I've done some lovely rosemary and garlic, carrots and little potatoes. I'm not meant to be on potatoes and carrots, but they're for my husband. I'm going to have salad and a lovely dairy sort of coleslaw that I've made with yoghurt with mine, but my little husband, he loves his little carbs. So yeah, I'm still sticking to my diet, which is no carrot, no tomatoes, no potatoes, which is heartbreaking because I've got multicoloured carrots and garlic and rosemary and they smell divine in the oven. But anyhow, I'm still sticking to the diet, doing the gender sway, as in the shetels and the Chinese gender, and I will do the full moon this month. I will be bloody gutted if my cycle is like 33, 34 days. And that if my most fertile time is 17, 18, I'm really risking not falling pregnant, because if we stop doing it on day 13, 14, 15, 16, normally a sperm lives 3 days, a girl, maybe 5. So that'd be 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That'll take me to do it day 18, which would be great. However, for a girl's sperm, but it will be a full moon. So we'll just see. But that's what I'm doing. So baby dance, baby dance, baby dance next week about 4 or 5 times, and then we'll see. And if I don't fall pregnant, I am just going to go for it through Christmas. Anyway, girls, to all you and boys, to all you TTCers, thank you so much for subscribing to me. I've got 140 subscribers now. I'm well chuffed, or 139. Please like this video. Please tell your friends about me. And if you'd like any questions asked, if I can answer them, brilliant. If I can't, I'm sure we can get there in the end. But thank you guys, and I'm so relieved I've got my AF. See you later. Bye.